everyone, welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another video. Today's video I'm going to show you guys 3 vegan breakfast ideas all featuring toast. Yay! So we're going to do 2 savory toasts and 1 sweet. They're all really delicious. If you like toast, you should make all of these, okay? So all of the recipes will be in a blog post linked down below, so definitely check those out if you are interested in making any of these. And if you guys want more vegan breakfast ideas, I'm gonna have a playlist linked down below as well featuring my vegan breakfast ideas. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get started with recipe number 1.
All right, people, so for the first recipe, we're gonna be making a vegan stuffed French toast. Oh my God, doesn't that look good? For this recipe, we're gonna start with making some cashew cream cheese. And we're actually gonna use this for another recipe in this video as well. And this recipe is super simple. So we're gonna start with some softened cashews, which I actually soaked overnight. I know, it's a miracle. But if you happen to be like me 99% of the time, and if you haven't soaked your cashews overnight, all you have to do is just boil them with some water for about 20 minutes to soften them. Then you can just drain the cashews and put them in a food processor or a high-speed blender, and I added lemon juice and some salt, and I blended this first. Then I gave it a taste and I decided to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar as well and a small amount of water because I wanted the consistency to be a little bit thinner. So that's what I did, blended it again until I just got the right smooth consistency, and that's basically going to be our cashew cream cheese. And of course, you can store this in the fridge for, I would say, up to 4 to 5 days, and you can just spread it on whatever you'd like. This is really good. I don't think it tastes exactly like store-bought cream cheese, but I think it's super tasty and it works as a great substitute, and it doesn't have dairy, and it's so easy, and that's it. I don't know. But if you want, you can just buy vegan cream cheese, okay? It's up to you. And now that we have our vegan cream cheese ready, we can make the first recipe. So we're gonna make the stuffing first. So we're gonna take some of that vegan cream cheese, put it into a bowl, and we're gonna add some blueberries. I'm using frozen blueberries, but you can use fresh, okay, whatever you want. And we're also gonna add some maple syrup. And then we can mix this together. And I also decided to add in some vanilla extract. That part is optional, but it's nice. So once we have that stuffing, you can set that aside, and then in a wide, shallow bowl, we're gonna whisk together some non-dairy milk, some cornstarch, sugar, salt, ground cinnamon, and vanilla extract, okay? So we're gonna mix this together until it is nice and smooth. And now we're gonna heat some vegan butter, or you can use vegetable oil on a non-stick pan, and then take 2 pieces of bread. I recommend using kind of like a firmer bread. I'm using sourdough, which, I mean, who doesn't love sourdough? Anyway, I'm using like a firm sourdough bread, okay? And on one piece, we're just gonna spread that stuffing, that cream cheese stuffing. And then once we have that nicely spread, you can close that with another piece of bread, okay? And then carefully, we're just going to dunk the sandwich. We're gonna dunk it in that beautiful batter that we made earlier, and just turn it around, flip it around a few times, make sure it soaks in nicely, but make sure it doesn't get too soggy, which is why I like to use like a sourdough or like a firm piece of bread so it's not too soggy. And then we can go back to our pan where our butter should have melted, or vegan butter should I say, and carefully place that dipped sandwich onto the heated pan, and we're gonna cook it on each side for around 3 to 5 minutes on medium-high heat. You can flip it a few times and just make sure it's cooked nicely golden brown on each side, okay? I like mine to be nice and kind of slightly crispy on the outside, you know what I'm saying? And then if you want, you can cut it in half and see what it looks like. Okay, that's optional. If you don't want, then don't do that, okay? You can just eat it. I cut mine in half because I have to take pictures and all that stuff. But if I was feeling lazy, if I wasn't doing this for a video, I probably would just, you know, eat it. Anyway, we're gonna plate this, and of course we're gonna add some more fruit on the side. So we're gonna do some strawberries, we're gonna do some blueberries, but obviously this is optional. You can pick whatever fruit you'd like. If you even want fruit. And if you want to make this look extra pretty and add a little extra sweetness, you can add some powdered sugar on top. This is my secret to making all breakfast items look delicious. Powdered sugar. And of course, you can add in any other toppings you'd like. You can also eat this with maple syrup if you want to add even more sweetness. And there you go. There is a simple stuffed French toast. It is so good. And I think this would be perfect for like a lazy Sunday sort of breakfast. You know, it's like a nice weekend breakfast. It's kind of a treat and it is delicious. All right, for this next recipe, we're going to make a vegan creamy mushroom toast. And oh my God, guys. Although this is super simple, it is seriously the best thing. I think this one is my favorite recipe from this video, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say. So for this recipe, we're going to use that same vegan cashew cream cheese. So make sure you have that ready to go. And once again, if you want to just use store-bought vegan cream cheese, that's fine as well. So we're going to simply chop the mushrooms. Okay, you can use whatever mushrooms you'd like. I'm using basic white mushrooms. Yeah, we're just going to chop it. I'm just going to slice it nicely, okay? Just slice. And then we are going to heat up some vegan butter or some oil on a nonstick pan on medium-high heat, as always. And let's add our chopped mushrooms. Let's mix it around a little bit, and then I'm also going to add a little pinch of salt and let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And you're just gonna mix it frequently and just let it sweat, okay? Just let it sweat. And once the mushrooms have cooked nicely, we're going to add in some garlic powder and some of that vegan cream cheese. At this point, I've turned the heat down to probably a medium to a medium low, and we're just gonna add a little splash of water to thin it out if you want, if you think the cream cheese is a little bit thick, okay? We're gonna mix this until it becomes nice and creamy. And your mushrooms are basically done. So easy, guys. And at this point, you can toast your bread, okay? Toast your toast, people. Toast your toast. And then we're going to apply some more vegan cream cheese on our toast. This is optional. You can just leave it out. I don't know. It's up to you, okay? So we're just gonna do that. And then we're gonna top that piece of toast with that creamy mushroom deliciousness, okay? And I know it seems really, really easy and simple, but it is so good. It's like cream of mushroom on toast, okay? If you like cream of mushroom, you will love this. And you can just enjoy it like this, but I'm gonna make it fancy, okay? We're gonna garnish. We're gonna add some fresh parsley, or you can add fresh fresh chives, okay? And I also added in some vegan parmesan, my cashew parmesan, which is very delicious. We're gonna add that on top, and of course you can add some salt and pepper to taste. And another thing that I would normally add is probably some chickpeas to add some protein into this. But oh my God, guys, this is so good. If you love mushrooms, you have to try this out. And last but not least, we are going to be making some ricotta toast. What I like about this is that there's really no rules with this one, okay? All you need is some vegan ricotta. So first thing we're gonna do is make some vegan ricotta. This one, guys, if you have been here for a while, you know that I have an absolutely delicious oil-free tofu ricotta recipe. So here it is. I've shown you guys this countless times, but if you're new here, here it is. All you have to do, guys, is to add into a food processor some extra firm tofu, some lemon juice, nutritional yeast, salt, dry basil, and garlic powder. And then we're just going to blend it until it is nice and smooth, and be patient. It might take up to a minute. You might have to scrape down the sides a little bit, but it will get there. I do always use a food processor for this, but you can use a blender. You may just have to scrape it a few more times. And then you are basically done. You can use this for lasagna. You can use it for this recipe. There's so many things you could use this for, and it is so good. I always use this for lasagna, and it is thebomb.com. Are we allowed to say that still? And you can store this in the fridge for up to 4 to 5 days. You can even freeze it if you don't end up using it in time. And now that we have a ricotta ready, we can make our toast. So just toast your toast, toast your bread, and I spread mine with a generous layer of that ricotta. And I decided to add some roasted red bell peppers. I bought this jar of red peppers, and let me tell you guys, these are a life changer, okay? These are a life changer. These are a life changer. That is not correct English, is it? I don't know. I love roasted peppers, but it really takes me a long time to roast them, and I get lazy. So I started buying these jars, and I feel like they might be even cheaper than buying fresh bell peppers and roasting them. So yeah, I do recommend buying the jars if you are lazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna slice them up a little bit just to make sure they fit on the toast. I don't know. And I also decided to add some grape tomatoes, so I'm just going to slice those in half as well. And then we're just gonna simply top our ricotta toast with the roasted peppers, or the jarred peppers, and just top with the tomatoes. That's it. It's so easy. You can even add olives on top if you want. I didn't do that, but I think that would be really good too. And I also topped with some fresh parsley, although I think basil would have been better with this, but I was too cheap to buy fresh basil for just this recipe. And I still had a ton of parsley, so parsley's good. Okay, use whatever you have. Okay, and then you can add some salt and pepper as needed, and there you have it. It is so easy, guys. And once again, feel free to add whatever toppings you'd like. These are just simple suggestions, and I hope you try it.
All right, guys, so those were my vegan breakfast ideas, the toast edition. I hope you guys tried these out. They are all super delicious, and once again, all of the written recipes will be listed in blog posts linked down below. And if you guys try any of these out, make sure you give my recipes a 5-star review. Those are very, very helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!